Hi, I'm Hopi and welcome to another episode of Raw Hope. Today we're going to plant our vegetable garden, our organic and fresh homegrown victory garden, which we just picked up some seedlings at the farmer's market. And I haven't been able to plant a garden for a long time because our chickens would always eat everything the second we planted it. So I finally came up with a solution. I got this pop-up greenhouse tent, which hopefully will protect the plants and actually help them grow a little bit quicker, and they'll be more protected. So this is our trial run, and if this works out, then we're going to plant a few more of them. So here's some of our selections. We've got some salad burnet, some rainbow chard, some red Russian kale, 2 types of radicchio, upland cress, some shiso, some pepperoncinis, a salad mix, some dandelion greens, some cutting celery, some strawberries, and some zucchini. So you can see I've picked quite a variety of things, and I'm very hopeful that we're going to have a nice harvest. And now that we've got the sadie destroying our crops question taken care of, I'm hoping that this is going to be a very fruitful crop. I've been using some organic soil, some potting soil, some kelp meal, and also some liquid worm casting tea, and also some fertilizer provided by Sadie as well. So I'm hoping that our garden will be happy in this location and with the nutrients that I'm helping to provide it. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to harvest a lot of our own fresh organic vegetables instead of having to go to the store all the time to buy everything. It's a really good feeling to actually be able to harvest something from your garden and put it directly on your plate instead of having to travel somewhere. It's much more economical, especially during these financial times. It's a really nice solution. And you can start growing something even in very limited space. If you don't have a nice big yard, you can do container gardening. You can do a windowsill herb garden. You can take a sprouting jar and do some sprouts in your kitchen. Or you can even get a hydroponic kit and do a little hydroponic gardening. They sell some little portable convenient ones that you can get that fit on a countertop. So that's another option. But I recommend gardening to anybody who wants to eat a lot of produce, because you're saving money, you're having a lighter impact on the environment, and you know where your ingredients are coming from, and you know that they're as fresh as possible. Here we have Sadie's butt. She's actually getting ready to lay an egg, and I thought this would just be a nice little interlude just to show you all the things that are going on our little organic homestead simultaneously. So she has this little lavender bush that she likes to go in and have a little peace and privacy, but we tend to intrude and spy on her and see what she's doing. There's actually a little golf ball in there, and she seems to think that that's the spot where she's supposed to lay her eggs, and she always lays them right next to the golf ball. So this is her little special place that she likes to go to be alone. And that's her butt. Alright, so while Sadie's busy laying her egg, I'm going to get back to the gardening portion. And this is the upland cress. What I've done is I've arranged all of the plants in the pots in the location roughly where I want to put them, and I make like a little mark just so I know where I want it to be. And then this soil is very dry. It's really not very nutrient rich. It has a lot of clay in it. So I dig it out. I make like a little well in the soil. And then what I do is I add a bunch of this organic potting soil, which smells almost like pure manure. It has a very strong odor to it, so I'm assuming that means it has quite a bit of organic matter in it. And our producer Gotti happens to like this scent, which I think is a little weird, but to each his own. And then what I do is I sprinkle a little of this kelp meal on top. And I take a cap full of this worm casting tea, actually about half a cap full, I just sprinkle it in there. Usually it's a concentrate, so they tell you to just mix it in with water and dilute it a little, but I just use a very minute amount and then I stir it into my new potting mix that I've created in this little well. And then we're ready to place our plant. This is our upland cress. I usually just kind of break the bottom part apart a little bit. I open it just so the roots can kind of come out easily and establish themselves in their new home. And then I replace the soil around the edge. I kind of push it down a little bit too. Not too much pressure because I don't want to damage the actual plant. It's still a bit of a baby. Add a drop more of my organic potting mix. And it looks pretty happy now, so that's pretty much what you do. And then I'm going to repeat this about 15 more times. So here Sadie's trying to tunnel her way under the greenhouse tent, but I think she's finally met her match. I think this is going to work out and we're going to actually be able to grow some produce without it being devoured within one day by Sadie. So here is my finished product, and here is Sadie's finished product. And we both had a lot of fun today. I love gardening because it's kind of like a meditation. You get very just into what you're doing, very focused, and it's very peaceful being outside in the fresh air and just getting connected with nature. And I really recommend that everybody tries to do some gardening, whatever little amount you can do. I apologize if this video seemed a little too basic, but I really just wanted to show how easy it is to plant something in your yard, however small. If you make the effort, it's so rewarding. You get to reap the benefits, you get to cultivate a plant, a living thing, and watch it grow, and you get to really appreciate the process of something growing in nature, watching it soak up the sun, watching it soak up the water, nurturing it, giving it the nutrients it needs, and then you get to eat it when it's all finished. So it's really a nice process to be a part of, and I hope that you'll try it on your own, in your own garden. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Raw Hope. I just wanted to give a personal message to my friend Andrea, who's in Minneapolis. She's about to record her album. Girl, you're gonna make it after all. And thank you again for joining me. Please subscribe to my YouTube page and please check out my blog. See you again soon.